let's start with like while loop here. So if you remember in C and other languages, you just okay. So if you look at like C language, like you have while loop in this format. Like you inside while you write a condition, you start your bracket and end your bracket, and you write a code in between, right? Code here. Okay, this usually will be your format in like C or like many other languages. So let me comment this out. And similarly, when you come to Python, you'll be having while and then condition. And if you remember, like in Python, we don't specify with these kind of brackets. So instead, we'll be using an indentation. So, and how it is going to be is like, this is also mandatory. We put a column here. And once we put a column, we usually use an indent here, like let's say maybe a tab or like 4 spaces or 2 spaces, but it should be same across the entire file, Python script. So just for ease, like let's use a tab. So I just use a tab here. So, and now you can write like your code here. So code line 1, let's code line 2, something like this. And whenever you want to go out of the loop, let's start here. This is not inside while. Okay, this is how it should be, like only till here it's inside while loop, and this is not in while loop. So that is how this is. So let me comment this out and write actual code. So let's say here in loops, let's try to print like first 10 numbers, a simple one. So what we can do is, if you see, I specify I with 0 initially. I define I with 0, and then how it went there. Okay. So while inside while we have to give a condition. So let's give like I less than 10. You want to print till 10. Let's print till 9. Right? Sorry. 10, and then you keep it like or equal to is also available, just with like less than, greater than, similarly or equal to. You put a colon. Now you specify with one tab as an indent. Now write like, what do you want to do here? You want to print the I, and okay, that's it. Like, and now let's come out of the loop and do done, just to ensure that like it's done. Like, okay, so now let's run this code. You see whatever I wrote, the code is in this particular folder. So this is the shortcut to open it. Like you press on address bar and then like do type cmd. So it will open command prompt directly in this particular folder. Now let's do Python space, what is it? Code loops .py. So if you run, what is it happening? So, okay, there is some problem. You are getting always 10. Not always 10, maybe. Let's see what is happening. So here, if you see, I gave it 10 by mistake. I think I did not change it. So I want to print from 1 to 10, right? So even if you give this way, let's see what wrong it can go. So it's always printing 1. It's not stopping, and also it's never ending because like we did not specify it for increment. So this condition is always satisfying, and then it's printing it. So now anyway we have to increment it because like we want to print like 1 at a time. So this is 1. So let's see. So now it's done. Like it started from 1, it printed till 10, and then it's done. So this is how it is. So similarly, like we can do for like decrement or any other. So in case if you want to print only two numbers with a 2-number gap, so you can do it this way, just putting like 2 here and then do it. So it will work. So this is about while, like anyway we in like different other concepts we'll be uh, doing many other exercise, like, but mostly we'll be using for loop rather than like while loop. So let's go with do while. In do while, what similar to while, like what only difference do you have is like inside do whatever code you want to write, that will be first executed. So let's write the code how it used to be in like C, and then you give a while and then a condition. So, and your code lies here. So this used to be the format. Like one thing here, it is like initially only difference between while and do while is like this your code will execute only if this condition works. But in do while, your code will execute at least once even if your condition doesn't work. So initially it runs the code here and then checks for condition. In case if it is true, then again it's go back, it comes here and then executes your code and then checks for condition. So with this, like at least once you'll be getting your code executed. That was the only difference. So apart from this, so let's code the same here. Similarly, like you'll be understanding the format, how it should be in Python. Let's directly do it in code. So let me do this. I actually did not do while before in time. Let's see if it is there or not, because this looks like, is it there? Let me check.
No, I guess do well.
It's not there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That do while. Let me check this way. If it is there, then it will come. I think do while
Even if
should be
it
there,
is,
but
even if it is there, but there is no much use of do while.
yeah. That is different case. Like okay, so this is while, not a do while, right? So whatever is showing here, do while loop. Let's see. So there is no do while examples here. They just wrote a while, but they don't do while. So basically, if you think that like if there is a do while, let's see this way, like because wherever you get a brackets, you get this column, and you write a code here, and let's say you write a code. Anyway, I know it won't execute, means because there will be an error because this format is not there. But in case if it is there, how it will be is like something like this. Let's try doing this, like if it will work. Okay, so see, do is an invalid syntax. There is no do while in Python, I guess. So this, let's comment this out. But in case if it is there, it should be of this format, compared to taking the analogy like how we write in Python, wherever flower brackets, you'll be getting this and then indent, and at the end of the bracket, you'll be writing the condition. So, but like this kind of format is not available in Python now, in the sense like this do while is not there. So let's comment it out. Right, there is no do while in Python. Anyway, mostly we'll be using for loop for all our coding purpose. So let's check for like for loop or whatever it is. So in for loop, if you remember in like C, you have initialization and condition and increment or decrement operator, right? So usually
Fine, while loop, in while loop, you're given I increment with 2, right?
Yeah. So
Just I wanted to add a point.
hmm,
Without giving 2 also, we can just give 1 and we can use break there.
yeah,
So,
that is, I'm no, why I gave 2 is like I just, in case if you give break, what will happen? Okay, let's talk, come to that point when we are discussing about break.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a format where we do for in C code here. So similarly, when it comes to Python, what you do is like for there are like again different cases here for I in range. So 0 to 10. This is just like how we talk. Okay, like I should be within the range 0 to 10. So something like that. So print I, let's see like what this will do. Okay, so I'm commenting this out before just to not to interrupt the previous outputs. Okay, so we come down and print this. What is it happening? So if you see, it has printed from 0 to 9. We have given here 0 to 10, in the range 0 to 10, and it has printed from till 9. So what does it mean is like when you use range, it will consider the first element, but doesn't consider the last element. It will do it only till one, in the sense one like number ahead, sorry, behind, like one less than this. So even if you see, while we are using something like in indices a of 0 to 10 something, so even here it gave indices only till 9, right? It is similar to that here as well. It is like that actually, like range and that are like similar things. So let's see what exactly is range. So range of 0 to 10. Okay, let's print this. So let me also comment this out just for, so it directly gave range 0 to 10. So there is like most of the cases, it has actually returned the class object of it. Okay, we'll talk about class objects later. So in many cases in Python, this kind of things would occur. So then what we should be doing is typecast it to list, and then it will be a printable thing. So if you do this way, what is it coming? Let me clear this up. Okay, so if you see, it is returning a list, printing a list from 0 to 9. So that is what is happening here. Like whenever you put like 0 to 10, it is actually taking like it is being a list of like 0 to 10, and then it's like in a loop, like it's running one at a time. So that is what is happening. So let's also see what this will do. So earlier we used to specify something like a of 0 to 10, 0 is to 10, right? Like let's do only that part. So something like this. So let's see what exactly it will do. So it's an error. So do one thing, check if it will work or not. It's not working this way. Okay, just I thought of trying it because like these are like similar things. So okay, coming to this point, here range 0 to 10, actually it's being a list here, and it's generate like giving one item of available here at a time. So one good thing here is like here, let's say, let me put it before. Okay, so thing here is like here we have seen 0 to 10, right? And similar to that, in case if you have a list with you, in the sense, let's define a list A equal to 1, 2, 3, and some text, means like string, and some number again. Okay, so let this be a list. Instead of, in case if you want to print a list, can you suggest like something, Srikant, how it can be done?
Print A of, for this you can do range, for in range. 0,
Right.
comma,
Okay. So 0 to length of A, and then you print A of I, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what this is going to. I'm commenting this as well. Okay, let's see what this is going to print. Okay, it has printed, right? But for this, we are actually using one more, like a kind of, it is taking it as an index and then it is printing, right? So in some cases, instead of, and then we are specifying A of I. In Python, there is one more way of doing it. So let me tell you that. So before that, I'm commenting out this option. Okay. So for, instead you can just specify any name, right? Like just like I we have given any item, and instead of using it range and then calculating the length of array and then using it here, like we can directly give the A, like I mean the list, right? Here, even if you see the range of this one, this you can replace it with 0, something like, instead of that range, you can, let me do this. So you can replace this with like 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4, right? Something like this. It actually means that, like, just like how we have showed it here. So, and like what it is taking is, it is taking the first one once, second one, third one, something like that. So similarly, if you directly gave A here, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you are directly giving something like this here, something like this here, right? So, and print, let's say directly do item, what it is going to give, let me comment this out and put something like this, and first I'll show you the output. See, it has given the same output if you see here. Okay. Srikant?
Yeah, got it.
Did you get it right? Okay. So it's similar to this, something like this. If you are giving something like this and printing, so what it will do is, always it will take from one at a time like this, and then it will print that. I mean, it's like not only print, like you can do whatever you want to do. Okay. So one thing let's try to do is, let's add top, means like 10 numbers. Let's combine both. Okay. Like let's use like for and condition loop.
I would
Okay.
say take a dictionary for a best, showing
No, we did not
difference
tell
between.
dictionary. Rashid,
Oh,
wait,
okay,
wait.
okay,
We did
okay.
not talk about dictionary still. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So, okay. Yeah, this is one thing. Okay, let's try to use like for and if loops together. Okay, let's say if I want to take on even numbers in one list and odd numbers in another list, let's try that program. So I'm defining two lists. So initially, if you want to initialize a list with an empty one, how we should be doing is like this. With an empty, this is called like empty list. Like it length, if you try to get the length of it, it is 0. So, and one more like this. Okay. Now let's add this way. Like for, let's use for all the things. So I want I in range 0 to 10, let's say, and I want like even numbers in one list and odd numbers in another one. So how we are going to do? Kundu, can you hello?
That's odd. Okay.
Yeah. So this will be your event, right? So how we are going to add here is like, you remember we use append. Okay. So if I, you can directly do else, right? You don't have to specify again.
Yep.
Okay. Just a moment. I think something happened to my system today. Okay. So similarly, we have to write odd list. Okay. Let's print them both. Even list is plus. You can directly do this way anyway. See, even list has come and odd list also has come, right? So this is how we can use this. And let's also now talk about like breakpoints. So break as it's not in the sense like using break statements, not point. Break statement, how you are going to use it, like is just like you want to come out of that loop, break that loop, you can use this breakpoint, sorry, break statement. So how you can do is like let's say I want to let's use it in while just for a difference. So you have I greater than, while I is less than 100. So you want to print your statements I equal to 0, let's say, and you want to print them, and I you are adding here. Okay. So, and now I want to break if it is greater than 10, let us say. So what this will do is, let's try like what it is going to give. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it has returned back to, if you see the window here, it has returned back to normal control. So the program is ended. So what it has happened is whenever there is a break here, it comes out of that immediate loop, whatever it is. So you can use like different loops altogether, like 2-3 loops together and things like. So in that case, let's see that what will happen. So while I less than, while I less, let's use for now. We used while. Okay, for I in range 0 to 10. So if it is from 0, you even don't have to specify 0. If 0 to 10 would also be sufficient. So, and so one more, let's do it till 5 and print I. Okay. So here, if it is I in both cases, that will give a confusion. So let's put J here and let's print J only. So, okay. So if you give like what actually it will happen is it will print from 0 to 4 and then again it 0 to 4, it repeats like 10 times, right? So if I want to break it here, if I is greater than 2, let's break. So let's see what will happen now. let me comment all these codes. So okay, what it has happened here, if I is greater than 2, it's breaking. Okay, so what is happening is like if you see, for initially first time it went inside, okay, I equal to 0, then j it has printed till 4, and again it came here, then I equal to 1 now, and j it has printed till here because I value is in the sense like I value is not less than 2, this, so this condition did not satisfy. So in the next case, when I equal to 2, still like this condition doesn't satisfy, so it has printed till 4. So now in the next case, what happens is when I is 3, so it came here and it has printed, initially it has printed 0, and then it came here. So what it has done is it has break. So automatically it came out of this loop, right? So now I is again incremented to 5, sorry, not 4, and again it will print, it comes here inside, and then what it does is like it will check for j, it will print j and it will go out. Similarly for rest till 10 values, like it doesn't print anything other than 0, right? So that is how we can use break, and break only comes out of this immediate loop, not the entire loops. That is one thing I want to show. So similarly, just something like this. One more thing I want to touch upon.
I'm
So
having a
that,
doubt here.
yeah, please
So
tell.
if we see the output, that last
Mm-hmm.
zeros are there, right? How
Uh-huh.
come those last zeros came here?
So let me print I and j together, so it will be easy to identify. Okay.
Hmm.
So the first element here is 0. Sorry, I, and the second element which
Yeah,
is printing
this is okay. This I understood. For each a loop of for outside, it has executed the inner loop.
yeah. If you see, I'm telling that like when I is 0, it is executing all 4, because I is when I is 1 and I is 2, it is executing all 4, because this condition doesn't satisfy. So it is as simple as having this. So here when j is like till 5, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will print everything, and then it will go back, and I equal to 1, it will print everything. And I equal to 2, it will print. So when I comes to 3, then what happens is it comes here, it will print I equal to 3 and j is 0. So 3 comma 0, it would have printed here. So, and then what happens here is I is 3. Now this will break. So once it has break, it will come out of this loop. So now it has come here. And here, what the next point is, I is 4. And it goes inside. J is 0 initially. So 4 comma 0 it has printed. And it came here. And because it condition satisfied, it will break. And goes here. Again, I is 5. And this continues. Okay?
Okay.
Did you get the point?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that is how it will happen. So, like only thing I want to say from here is like once you keep a break, it will only come out of that particular loop, not the entire loops. Okay, that's the only thing I want to